I run into a lot of teams that try to make sure in sprint planning that all of their tasks are assigned to individuals before we walk out of that meeting so that everyone knows what they have to do. My advice to you is maybe take a more just-in-time approach versus trying to pre-allocate all those tasks to everyone. When we pre-allocate or allocate early the different tasks to everyone on the team, your sprint has a tendency to become task-driven and not goal-driven. We'd like to have our sprint and everyone working on that sprint to be focused on that sprint goal. What are we trying to accomplish in the sprint? But when we divvy out all those individual tasks, the tendency for that sprint is to become more task-driven. Every team member knows how I'm successful. I'm successful because I complete the items on my task list, and you know how you're successful. Not only that, but we don't tend to collaborate much, and when it comes to daily Scrum, we don't find it very valuable because you know what's going on with your task, I know what's going on with my task. There's really not much we need to learn from each other. In fact, when we have that list of tasks we have to do, anytime one of them gets blocked, we just move on to the next one. And so this way, during the sprint, it appears like we're making solid and sometimes even rapid performance, rapid improvements, rapid gains during that sprint. But it's not until the end where all those tasks that were blocked, all those tasks had issues, well, now those are the only one left. And now you've got only a little bit of time to resolve those things. And more than that, when we tend to be task-driven, collaboration tends to be a last resort, not a first resort, right? Like imagine Bill and I, we're on the same Scrum team, he's a developer, I'm a developer, and if Bill is stuck on something and he comes to me for help, you see, if I stop working on my task to help Bill with his, well then I put at risk my ability to be successful, and since we're successful if each individual complete their task, by me taking time away from my task, I'm actually putting our sprint at risk. And so I'm more likely to make suggestions to Bill for some things he can do on his own. Hey Bill, why don't you try A, B, and C, see if that works. Bill will go off and try that. If it doesn't, he'll come back and be like, hey G, that didn't work, what else could I try? I might propose to try do C, D, and E, and Bill will do that, and we'll play that game until I run out of things that I can suggest, and at that point I'll be, all right Bill, let's sit down together, let's see if we can resolve this. You can see collaboration becomes a last resort. My suggestion is take a more just-in-time approach to task allocation. Essentially, have people assign themselves a task not at the beginning of the sprint, but to wait until that task needs working